Hey Ma, I got another one! Ah, yes, relationships. With Valentine's Day soon upon us, I felt it was time for me to take what now seems like a rite of passage for any budding YouTube animator and talk about my relationship experience. To put it mildly, if you made a movie of my love life, it would either be classified as horribly cringy or so bad it's good. In short, not a whole lot of it, but what there is rather interesting. In my life up to this point, I've either dated or gone on dates with 4 different girls, each one of them fitting a different rom-com cliché. So without further ado, grab your popcorn, have a seat, and let's get started. So the first girl I dated, we'll call her Kayla. Kayla and I met in the 1st grade. Aww. Yes, get it out of your system. While time has muddled some of the details, I do remember we had a mutual interest in each other, and would sometimes pass notes to one another. Aww. What did I say? Anyway, this of course would result in constant and relentless teasing from our peers. Seriously, what is it with elementary schoolers and teasing? We stayed in this, hi, I like you, but I don't really know how to express it or what it really means yet, but I think you're kind of special kind of relationship, up until the 4th grade, when Kayla transferred schools and we lost contact. After that, I went through the remainder of my elementary and middle school years, not making a lot of effort to make any connections with any of the other girls, as a lot of them scared me, and I felt none of them would have any interest in a nerdy, baby-faced kid like myself. So the years pass uneventfully. I'm now a sophomore in high school, and I suddenly get a call from an old classmate. It's Kayla. We kind of picked up where we left off and started talking to each other on the phone at least twice a week and emailing each other just as much. This was just as Facebook was launching off. Don't judge. We remembered that we used to have feelings for each other, but didn't really say or do anything to act on them, instead kind of agreeing to start new and see where things went. This resulted in us dancing a very fine line of uncertainty in the long run. And speaking of dances, she invited me to her school's winter formal. That was, and still is to this day, the only time a girl has ever asked me to a dance. And it was fun. We went on a handful of other dates, mostly to the movies, and kept in contact for the next year or so. Then, one day, I got an email from her. She said that we couldn't do this anymore and that she'd gotten herself a boyfriend. Apparently she had tried to tell me this several times before, but I kept avoiding or changing the subject. I don't remember much after that, but my mom says I cried for a while. I can believe that. Sometimes we'll comment on each other's posts, but for the most part, that's about it. We're more acquaintances now, if anything, but also a good friend if the other one needs it. So yeah, that was part 1 of my relationship stories, and I have 3 more to talk about, so I hope to see all of you back here for part 2, but until then, have a good one.